Hello everybody and welcome to your yoga practice today. I'm going to be using a really small bolster. You don't have to have one, but if you have like a small pillow or even a folded up blanket, something for you to kneel on, to sit on, to pop your head on as we move through this practice today. So if you'd like to just pause the video, grab yourself a little prop before we get going. And then great, we're good to go. So I'm going to start by sitting on top of my little bolster or a pillow, a blanket, anything you have to hand, coming into a cross-legged seated pose if that feels good for you. And then we'll gently just rest our hands down onto the knees, get all of your fidgets out of the way if you've got any wriggles that you have here, and then try and find some stillness. Let's close our eyes to begin this practice, and this yoga class today is for when you are feeling tired. So maybe you haven't been sleeping very well. Maybe you've had a few rough nights, or possibly you're feeling emotionally tired. You've got a lot going on in life at the moment. You're feeling a little anxious, which is making you feel exhausted. You may even be feeling physically tired. Maybe you've been overdoing things with work, with exercise, whatever that may be. But we are all just meeting here together on the mat today because we're feeling a little bit, okay. So I invite you to take this opportunity to simply check in. Check in with you, with your physical body, the emotional well-being, and also to remind yourself how important it is to sometimes slow down. Taking a rest, taking things gently is not taking the easy way out. It's knowing yourself, it's being kind to yourself, and it's doing what's right for you in order to help you live a full, healthy, and happy life. So as we pause here all together on the mat, I want you to find the rhythm of your breath. So just being aware of the breath. Maybe you're finding the breath quite difficult at the moment. Maybe your breath feels heavy, your chest feels tight. And sometimes this can also make us feel lethargic if we're not getting enough oxygen throughout the body. We're going to place one hand on our heart and one hand on our belly. I'm going to start to take a few big breaths now. So I invite you to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. I invite you to keep that pattern of breath going, really breathing into the abdomen. But as you're using all of this space in the torso and starting to use the lungs to their full capacity to breathe, I want you to spread this oxygen around the body wherever you are feeling your heart requires it to go. If you're feeling emotionally exhausted, maybe visualize this oxygen traveling up towards the brain, just clearing any fogs away, allowing you to see clearly here. Maybe sending the oxygen to some big major muscle groups. If your legs are feeling tired, maybe send the oxygen down there to repair the muscles, to replenish. If you are feeling simply exhausted, try and breathe in a little deeper. Take in more oxygen. Refuel your cup. Then I invite you to bring the hands back down onto the knees. Just soften the shoulders. Take a moment to ground down now, to bring yourself home. Coming into this present moment. Starting to gently drop the chin towards the chest, being aware of the physical body. And just pause here as the chin is resting on your chest. Slide the shoulders down the back and be aware as we start to open up the energy channels through the neck, through the back of the spine. keeping the chin low and just turning the head to one side. So I'm bringing my chin towards one shoulder, pausing here. And now being aware if that stretching, opening sensation shifts to one side of the body, the upper back. And all of the areas we're focusing our physical postures on, I want you to send the breath, the oxygen to those specific body parts. We then roll the chin across and gently bring the chin towards the other shoulder, still keeping that chin close to the chest. Try to still make space between the shoulders and the ears. Slowly coming back to center, lifting the head and gently taking the face up towards the ceiling. Be careful not to throw the neck back, but pause here as you open through the throat. Carefully bringing the head back to central alignment. Now we curve the back into a cat shape, so chin to chest, but now I invite you to round the back, soften the shoulders, pause here. So you're rounding through the tailbone as well. And now noticing all of the space through the neck, the shoulder blades, down the spine, into the coccyx, opening up. Often when we feel tired, we kind of protect ourselves by going inwards and closing off the body, starting to cause restrictions, blockages. We're just going to open ourselves up here today, gently, slowly. Last, now come the other way, press the chest through. Now as you take the face up this time, invite the shoulder blades together, tilt the pelvis slightly, really open up through the chest, through heart center, through the tummy. Breathing here. And then coming back through, finding a neutral alignment. So just stack head over heart, heart over hips. Taking the right hand slightly behind you. Use your left hand to press yourself round. And I'm taking my eye line to look over the right shoulder. You might still have your eyes closed now like me, or you might feel more comfortable having the eyes open. It is personal practice. Whatever feels more suitable for you here today. Coming into a little twist to release any toxins that are being kept in the body. Slowly making your way through center, right hand on right knee, and now your left hand comes behind you. And again, spiraling through the torso, looking over the left shoulder here, pressing away from that right leg. Find length through the spine, all of that space we spoke about, all of that energy traveling down the back of the body here. And then carefully coming back to center, just taking a little side shift with the rib cage now. Maybe you start to sway forwards, back in a circular motion, or just simply staying side to side, exploring how the body's feeling. If your back is feeling sensitive, maybe we need to send some oxygen to that part of the body here today. Then in your own time, lengthening the spine. And we're going to slide the hands up the body. Really trickle the arms all the way up. Brush past your face and reach to a big high V pose. A big stretch. Open the fingertips wide. Open the shoulders wide. And now flutter the eyes open wide. Start to open up through the face too. Wrapping the hands around the back, giving yourself a self hug, and then pulling the elbows down towards the ground as you find that cat pose again. But now as you're opening up through the back of the body, you're able to kind of really try and separate your shoulder blades, pull the shoulder blades apart, see if you can make more space. Then we'll unravel, reach up towards the ceiling again, spread the fingers wide, open up through the chest, and this time smile. I know that sounds silly, but I invite you to smile, to let some love, some light into the body. You're home, doesn't matter, don't feel silly. Curving over, other arm on top, and then folding yourself forwards again, separating the shoulder blades slightly. Take a big belly breath into the shoulder blades, all the way down the spine into the lower back, and then unravel yourself, reach up towards the ceiling one last time. Big stretch, big lift, maybe take a little side bend here, one arm and then the other, reaching slightly higher every time. Then we will make our way over onto our hands and knees, and I'm going to kneel on top of my little bolster or your rolled up blanket or whatever you have. So we're on all fours, we're kneeling on our prop, and we just sway our hips side to side. Let's get some movement into the hips here. grounding down through those hands. And then let's come back into our child's pose. So bottom to heels, slide the arms forwards, let the head bow down. Obviously your knees are lifted here, so the head might be a little further away from the ground. That's okay. Closing off the eyes, and I want you to take a big breath. Breathe out through the mouth. A sigh, let it go. Breathe in, breathe out through the mouth. Now peel yourself forwards back onto all fours. Inhale into our cow pose. The eye line looks forwards as you tilt your bottom up. Exhale into a cat. Round the back, chin to the chest. Press away from the mat. Keeping this mobility through the spine going as you move with your breath. Very important to get that rhythm, that united breath and movement together to help us with our energy, to help us when we're feeling a little flat. So some movement here as we open through the chest and exhaling as we press away. Now bringing the bottom towards the heels, but the hands come onto the thighs. Take a moment to kneel here to soften and let the head rest over heart. Now placing one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, and closing the eyes once again. Take a big breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that breath going, sending the oxygen maybe to the chest, to the shoulders, the upper back, if that's where you're feeling a little fatigued. Maybe to the heart. Maybe you're feeling emotionally tired. Maybe you're going through some heartbreak. Sending the love and light to that area of the body. Feeling grounded here, feeling safe and secure in this moment. And feeling like the body is starting to open up. Starting to feel a little lighter, less heavy already. And then we're going to take the hands, left hand down by your side, right arm reaches into a side bend. As it does, flutter the eyes open again and look up towards the ceiling. Sweep up and over through center, take the right hand down, left hand up towards the ceiling as you open the chest. One more time each way, bring the left hand down, right arm sweeps up, look up, open the chest. Make space through the rib cage and then sweep up and over. Right hand down, left arm up and over. Good. Coming back to center. Carefully bring the hands forwards again as you lift the bottom. Let's step our right foot through for a low lunge, keeping your left knee on your prop. Press the left hip forwards, pull the right hip back. Open the chest slightly, eye line looks forwards. Going into that lower body just ever so slightly here. Take a breath as you sink deeper, allow the hips to open further. And then straightening the right leg, finding a half split as you just fold the body gently over that right leg. Try to think about keeping the hips square. Don't force that leg to straighten. Be kind to yourself. If it's slightly bent today, that is no problem whatsoever. Then we bend back into the right leg for that low lunge again. Bring the hands to a Kali Mudra. So it's like little pistol fingers with the index fingers. And reach the Kali Mudra all the way up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the arms in towards your head as you open the chest up, but press the hips deeper. Kali Mudra is the goddess of destructions, of removing all obstacles in her way. So I want you to feel quite powerful as you ground down here, knowing that you are in charge of your feelings. Let's open the arms wide, a big circle as we bring the hands back down towards the ground. And now we're going to carefully bring that right leg back. Pop the right knee onto your prop. Have a little wriggle here. A little moment to reset before we step the left foot forwards. Find your low lunge here. Bend into that left leg, press the right hip forwards. The right knee's quite comfortable on the prop, there's no pressure there. And then we exhale, straighten the left leg now, finding that half split pose. And again, if the left leg doesn't straighten, it does not matter. But just by opening up these back chains of the body, through the hips, through the hamstrings, it's going to help you start to feel a little bit more alive, okay? Let's bend back into that left knee. Press forwards as far as you can. Find your Kali hand mudra. Bring the pistol fingers all the way up to the ceiling. Squeeze the arms in towards the head. A little bit of a boost there as well. Open the chest. Press the right hip forwards. A big breath here as you grow tall through the upper body, but you sink low through the lower body. Release the hands. Open all the way wide and bring the hands down towards the ground. Let's slowly bring that left knee back when you're ready. Pop the knees onto the ground and take your prop. Just place it behind your feet at the back of the mat. We arrive on all fours again with a little fidget, tucking our toes under, lifting our knees, but keeping the knees bent as we find a downward facing dog variation. So pressing the chest through the arms, heels are heavy, knees are bent. Take a big sigh through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose, let it go through the mouth. And then walk the feet slowly, carefully, all the way in towards your hands. Find a standing forward fold here. So simply dangle. Shake out the head, let go of the shoulders, soften the knees, close off the eyes if that feels good for you. Be aware of any natural sway here. Letting go. Pausing. A lovely inversion to boost all of those gorgeous red blood cells around the body. And then bending the knees and carefully, slowly rolling yourself up to standing. Please take your time. Make sure the shoulders, head come up last. In mountain pose, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, closing the eyes and pause here. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Sending the oxygen to wherever you feel it is required, right here and now. And then as we sweep the arms all the way up to the ceiling, we flutter the eyes open and look up, a big stretch as we lift and make space. Open the arms wide as you dive yourself down to a standing forward fold. And then we're going to inhale as we slide the hands up the shins and find a flat, straight back. Exhale as we fold over again. Ground down through the hands. We're going to step our feet back towards the end of the mat, but immediately pop both knees down, uncurl the toes. We carefully lower ourselves down towards the ground, slowly, gently, and then slide forwards as you lift up through the chest and find a cobra. Settle here, shoulders away from ears, hips sinking heavy towards the earth. Then we lead with the hips, find a downward facing dog, this time lengthening the legs a little bit more so, allowing the heels to fall heavy. Breathing in through the nose, let it go through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. As many steps as you require, walk the feet all the way in towards the hands. Enjoy your standing forward fold, let go. Make sure you're not holding back. You're allowing yourself to be free, to be present. Chin on the chest, carefully, slowly roll yourself all the way up. to standing, and then immediately we inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, extended mountain pose. Feel tall, feel strong. Exhale as you open the arms wide, dive yourself all the way back down. Inhale as you slide the arms up the shins, find a flat, straight back. Exhale as you fold back down. Ground down through the hands, step the feet back once again. Pop your knees onto the ground, uncurl your toes. Carefully lower yourself down towards the mat. And then slide forwards, find a cobra. Feeling really powerful, really present, really strong here. And then lead with the hips, downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Walk the feet all the way in towards your hands, tiny baby steps. Bend your knees carefully with the assistance of your hands. Come down onto your bottoms, legs straight out in front of you. Inhale as you reach the arms forwards, and exhale as you roll down slowly. You can use the arms, bringing yourself all the way down onto your back. Use your hands. Make sure your prop is here for underneath your head, so either your pillow, your bolster, your blankets. And then we bring, once again, one hand onto the heart, one hand onto the belly. Allow the legs to just soften, to relax. Closing off the eyes when you're happy to do so. And we inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Delicately allow the arms to slip off, coming into our Shavasana pose. Allow the breath to be calm. Allow the body to settle, the head, shoulders, the hips, legs. And allow the oxygen to go to wherever you feel right now needs a little helping hand. Maybe the mind needs clearing, blow a few cobwebs away. Maybe the heart needs a little bit of strength. Physical body, the back, the legs, muscular repair. Whatever your body requires, you can self-heal. Use the power of the breath, the positivity of the mind. And when we bring ourselves back around into the room, I would like you to think about how you would like to feel, how you would like to come out of this relaxation. More alert, physically lighter, a more positive mindset. Whatever you'd like to feel, you can achieve that yourself. So let's slowly bring the hands together and start to rub and fire up the flame. Bring a little bit of energy back. And then place the hands over your eyes. And again, give yourself a little smile. Don't be too hard on yourself. Take a big breath. And when you're ready, taking the hands away, be aware of the room, of the light, of the gorgeous sunshine. And then gently bending the knees. Slowly, carefully bringing yourself onto your sides. and gently coming up to seated when the time is right for you. One hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. And we take gratitude for being able to move around the mat today together. Take gratitude for your body, for your health, for the ability to be here, celebrating our bodies and our health on the mat. And maybe if you need to go and have a nap, do so. Maybe if you're now feeling a little bit more vibrant, try and get some fresh air. That will do you the world of good if you're feeling a little bit lethargic too. But most importantly, do what feels right for you. I thank you for joining me on the mat today, and I really hope to join you again soon. Namaste.